Microphone checker. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. Welcome back to another episode of the Premium Pete Show. Before we get started, okay? Everyone knows the drill. If you're a first-time listener, okay, welcome. If you're somebody that's been day one or been around for a while, CHEA. Welcome back, okay? But let me tell you something, okay? I say this to say this. Open up your Twitter app. Open up your Instagram app. And at Premium Pete Show, and check the fuck in. I say it all the time. I want to know where you're listening from. I even want to know what you're listening to. What episode you fuck with. I want to be clear. You don't have to listen to every episode. Sometimes I see people and they're like, oh, I listened to this one, but I didn't listen to this one. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to force this down your throat. This is a library we created. A library. Ever since I've been podcasting early on, since 2009-10 with Combat Jack, we created a library. It's the same thing I'm doing here. Rest in peace, my brother, forever. And what we did is create a library, and that's what I'm doing. So you go in the library and you pick what book you want. Think of it like that, when you want it. And you're going to learn something on every episode. You're going to learn something because we're going to sit down with different people. Premium Pete Show is for the people. More importantly, Premium Pete Show sits down with different actors, okay? Different athletes, different entrepreneurs. People from all walks of life. This ain't, do I love hip-hop? Yes. Do I love food? Yes. Do I love fishing too? This ain't going to just be, you ain't going to put me in no motherfucking box. Nope. Not going to happen, okay? But I will say this. I want to tell people when I'm on Pastor Pete, don't let everything get the best of you. I say that all the time, okay? You know, on my Twitter, at Premium Pete Show, I always be saying things. And I always say, don't let every little problem get the best of you. Too many people be doing that. And I'm here to say, new day, new opportunities. Don't let that shit get to you. New day, new opportunities. Remember that, okay? And I want to shout everybody internationally and, you know, in the States. Man, listen, so many people on the check-in. You know how many people be on the check-in? Detroit, Chicago, Hawaii, Puerto Rico. Who else was on there? Italy? Who else? Germany? What do you say? Switzerland? Internet's worldwide. I said this a couple episodes. Jakarta, okay? Somebody sent me a picture on the train saying this is how I listened to your podcast this morning. You never know where your voice will be heard. But I got to understand this. When I say Premium Pete Shows for the people, that's why I make sure what you're hearing is important. It's real life and people's and journeys, and we could learn from a lot of people, just like we could learn from ourselves. Internet's on this week's episode, we sit down with the one and only Tsu Surf. Let me tell you, very interesting fella, very stand-up dude. Shouts to We Working, shouts to Greg Keller, okay? Shouts to my man Dave Goldberg, okay? Just real good people. You got a good team around him. Tsu Surf is a battle rapper. Also, you know, of course, if you're a battle rapper, you're a rapper. Dude is nice, straight up. We get into everything about growing up in Newark, how getting shot changed his whole life around and gave him the ability and the energy and the motivation and the fire in his eyes to change his life around, okay? 13 years old, joining the gang, and what it's like to finally start to feel and live and breathe some success. Internet, let me tell you something. Tsu Surf is nice. Tsu Surf is here to stay. And this is a very good episode with him. I present to you the Tsu Surf episode of the Premium Pete Show. Newark's own. Let's get to it. CHEA.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop, the undisputed voice of the club, the two-time Grammy Award winner. Let me make this official for you. Fat Man Scoop, Crook McClan, Internets. It's time to go with my dude, Premium Pete. Let's get focused. Let's go. Internets. Let's turn up. One time. Premium Pete.
Come on, everybody get set. Let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up. It's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. It's the Premium Pete Show.
Internets, welcome back to another episode of the Premium Pete Show. Sitting down with a very interesting fella, okay? I don't call him Newark's finest, but we don't call him that, okay? You call him a battle rapper, but he's more than that.
Yeah.
Call him a rapper. Call him an artiste. Call him a bunch of things. One and only Tsu Surf is in the building.
What's going on, big homie?
Man, let me ask you something. Where does the name Tsu Surf come from? Talk to me.
Surf came from skating.
Okay.
You feel me? I could skate.
Like
Full wheel,
skateboard?
like roll bounce type.
Okay, roller skate?
Word.
Really?
Surf came from skating. Yeah.
Like, did you just hit the rink like on the weekend?
Yeah, that's what we did, like 16, 17. That's what our free time was. Like when I was, skating. And the tsunami came from like the battle, like fucking shit up, like fucking up everything I came across.
Now, you were born in Newark, New Jersey.
I'm a Newark nigga.
Okay. Now, for people listening who may not know, about Newark. Newark is a thorough, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. It's right by the airport. Right?
Yeah. So it's close enough.
Close enough, but it's very thorough.
Yeah.
Don't ever get it twisted. Okay.
It's not the place to visit.
No.
It's not a tourist spot.
You grew up with mom and dad?
I grew up with mom.
Okay.
Dad was across town for a little while type shit.
Okay. Did you know him like growing up like that?
Yeah, I know my pops. You know what I mean? It wasn't the way I wanted to know him, you feel me, type shit. So that's where my resentment come in at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Niggas dad dropping them off to school and shit.
Sure.
That type shit.
What did mom do?
Work.
Okay.
Work a lot, you feel me? I'm in the house by myself all the time, a lot of time to do shit. Regular typical Newark, you know what I mean? Like that's the average Newark story. The average Newark story is a cycle, you feel me? So you doing what your daddy did, your daddy doing what your grand, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's me, my mama, you feel me? My mama busting her ass and I got way more free time than I'm supposed to have. So I end up ripping and running the streets. That's the average story from where I'm from. Boy, girl, you know what I mean? Like realistically, like, you gotta be in these kids' life now. The world moving fast, you feel me? Type shit. My mother did a great job with what I feel like, you know what I mean? But realistically, that's the cycle that's going on in here. It's like your mother gotta get it for you. Your daddy out trying to get whatever he trying to get. So you end up like just sitting there like, damn, I'm 12. My mother at work. My daddy, I'm going outside. That's just how it happened.
Especially when you have a lot of free time on your hands.
Free time is the cousin to to bullshit.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, to wild shit.
You have any kids?
I got a daughter. She 9.
Okay. How is now? It's funny because the way you say that, like and I totally understand what you're saying, like pops versus grandpops versus pops versus you, and how the chain just keeps on.
Yeah.
How has that been different for you being a father, man? Have you been able to try to
It's tough for me. Like it started off. You feel me? Because like. What people don't understand is like, it's no manual to none of this shit. You feel me? Like, this is my first time today being my age today with a 9-year-old kid.
Sure,
you know what I mean? So I'm learning as I go. You know what I mean? So you just really you can't really, how's it been? It's been a learning process. You know what I mean? You got to just try to learn as you go. Like, how do you explain to a 9-year-old when you doing it big? Or, you know what I mean, even when it's good, you know what I mean? Like, I'm out of that situation. I'm not into that type of stuff no more, you feel me? And I'm doing all right. How do I explain to my daughter how I got to be in L.A. for a month and a half?
Sure.
A month and a half is a long time to be away from your kid in 2019.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Type shit. So, it's tough, but, I mean, I guess the end justify the means, you feel me? Because she going to be all right when, you know what I mean? Like, my daughter's super straight.
Sure. And then you know what, too? I come from the same cloth, and what I mean by that is there's no book or there's no manual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got a 19-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I always say this to people, like, I'm still trying to work on myself.
You're trying to figure it out, like
I don't know,
That's my thing. Like, it's like, as far as life go, you know what I mean? Like, where there's so much knowledge and understand, why do everybody know everything? You know what I mean? Like, no matter, every time you turn an age, you're that time for the first time ever. You know what I mean? So if you're a 30-year-old person out here trying to get your shit together, whatever the case may be, how can I be mad at you? You've never been 30 before.
Sure.
You don't know what it's like to, you know what I mean? This shit is all on the fly. And then it ain't no cycles that's breaking it. It ain't like, you know what I mean? My mom had 40, 50,000 for me to the side by the time I turned 18, so I wouldn't have to shook and jive how I did to get what I got. You know what I mean? And her mom didn't do that for her, and you know what I mean? Type shit. So when do the cycle stop? You know what I mean?
Sure. Now, that means a lot. Listen, but you're making them changes, providing a different life. It's crazy because you went from battle rap, and we'll get to a bunch of different stuff. We'll bounce around, but went from battle rapping and rapping. And do you believe there's a difference? Like,
Of course there's a difference. It's the same thing, but it's a difference. It's your arm. Like, you have a tricep and a bicep. It's two different muscles, same arm.
Yeah.
It's two different things, but it's damn near the same shit. But it's very much different. Like, that's how close it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the arm. But they're totally different things. Battle rap is rap, right? but no, it's set up totally different.
You know, sometimes I feel like, and tell me if you believe in this too, you know, like even like Murder Mook or Loaded Lux or, you know, all the different type of battle rap artists, like sometimes it's harder, and this is not just my own opinion, it's something I've heard over the years. It's harder for, like, say, a battle rap to make like a radio hit. You know what I mean? Do you believe in that? Or
I disagree.
Okay.
Because battle rapping is a sport.
Mm-hmm.
Battle rapping initially started off as a sport inside of rapping. So damn near every rapper was battling at some point.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So you might not, your favorite rapper, you mean to tell me Drake ain't never have a high school battle, we in the fucking playground, Meek Mill, you know what I mean? Like, battle rap is it's just the way. The people that battle rap can't make music. Again, it's too they flex that muscle. You got some people that know how to battle rap. They know how to set it up. They know the schemes, the wittiness. They understand how to put together rounds, and they don't give a fuck about putting together a song.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and that's how it was. You got these niggas battle rapping for years and just doing that, and then you got to understand too. It's like, for example, I average the most views per battle. I'm not the most viewed battler ever, but I average per battle. You understand what I'm saying? So if you look at my battles, right, and I'm getting 3 million views a battle or 3.5 million views a battle, and then you look at my music, if it's not up to par equally, am I as good as a rapper? Am I as good a battle rapper? You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that in itself alone kind of confused the consumer in itself. I'm pulling 3 million views, or well, at some point now, like I could drop a freestyle, get 3 million views, and my battle do 3 too. But we talking about the average battler. You know, battling is it's easier to get somebody to watch a battle than it is to listen to your SoundCloud right now.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Which is crazy. So it's like, your battle might have 1 million views, and then you let me see a song, it got 180,000 views, and I'm like, damn, he can't make music. Why is that? You know what I mean? Type shit. I think that some people battle to such a high level, you know what I mean, that the music doesn't equivalate.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, it's an art form, man. It's a
form.
It's a
form.
sparring, man. You know,
It's factual.
But you know, and shouts to Steve LaBelle, shouts to
Shout out
Greg,
to the big homie Steve LaBelle.
shouts to Dave. You know, I will say, because they're like, yo, you gotta have Tsu Surf on. I was like, come on, man, come with it. Don't threaten me.
Yeah.
Don't fucking threaten me.
I
But
appreciate you.
But even with the LA Leakers, like, yo, it's like you're a battle rapper, but then I'm listening to you on the LA Leakers, and it's like your flow. And I'm not just saying this, man. Flow was phenomenal, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I never was gonna do nothing else. You know what I mean? Like I say it all the time. My 8th grade yearbook says rapper. I never had another plan. You know what I mean? So people don't understand. Like, I've been doing this for forever. Like, this is my life. Like, I've been rapping for forever. My mom's bought me a little karaoke machine with the mic when I was 9. You know what I mean? I've been trying to put together tapes. People think that, like, overnight success is a word. That's a thing.
Sure.
But people don't realize how much time it takes to be an overnight success.
It takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
10 to 12 years. So you figure, I've been battle rapping since I was about 20 years old.
Sure.
I'm 29 now. You understand what I'm saying? I got no problem sharing with you. I just got $100,000 check. My biggest check ever. I just shout out to Steve and Greg. My biggest check ever. That just happened overnight. I woke up one day, manager's on the phone. Yo, I got whoop, wop, wop, whatever for you. That happened overnight. You know what I mean? So overnight, like, you wake up one day, you like, damn, I'm just a rapper. I'm trying to get it. Like, you busting your ass for so long, and you never know when it feels like, all right, this makes sense. And then one day it just makes sense. That's the overnight part. You know what I mean? So there's going to be 1 million people that don't know you, and then one day they just find out about you. It sounds overnight to somebody. You know what I mean? So yeah, my overnight, like, yeah, it happened overnight. Nigga, I wasn't good. One day I got a phone call and then I was good. That's the only overnight part of this. I have a gazillions of dollars in studio bill that a motherfucker won't be able to tell you about, that a motherfucker won't be able to calculate.
Sure.
Steve LaBelle, Greg, they won't be able to calculate that. You understand what I'm saying? Sleepless nights. You don't calculate that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I could have had 5 rollies. Ask me how many I have. 0.
Sure.
But I tell you what, if I had 3 of them or 2 of them, I wouldn't be here right now, because that's the videos that they like. That's that flight that I had to get all the way to Oklahoma to do that song with Kevin Durant, or the time I had to fly to Atlanta to do the song with Wale. The consumers, the fans, they don't calculate in this stuff. I been could have had a chain. Why don't I have one? Because I wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like, it's no such thing as overnight success. It's no, like, you know, you get most improved player in the NBA or some shit like that. It's just like that year he just went the fuck off. Man, you know how many years he felt like he was the worst? Like he felt like he wasn't shit. He felt, you know what I mean? Like it's no such thing as overnight success. That's not true.
You know, starting to see some success in the sense of like money, in the sense of like where shit is really starting to
the accommodation.
Yeah, of
you know
course.
what I mean? That's when like that's the thing. Like it just like that be the fight with the average person. The average person, you keep doing it until it makes sense. The money don't even gotta. It's a feeling. You know what I mean? Like I never like I'm not a. I don't do all design and all that.
Sure,
Man, this is my
I get
favorite.
it, yeah.
This is my favorite hoodie. I wear this shit 3 times a week. But again,
I love it.
I got 6 digits in my bank
For
account.
sure,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
But it's like it's a feeling. You know what I mean? Like until it feels like it makes sense, you gonna always fight with yourself. You always gonna, you know what I mean? And then, but the average person gives up because it just doesn't make sense until the average person thinks it's the dollar. I went plenty of nights without dollar. Plenty of nights without a dollar. I tell a nigga a story, man. They flew us out to the BET Awards, right? They flew us out to the BET Awards, and we got limousine from the hotel room to the awards. But nobody told us that we didn't get limousine back. So I'm coming outside of the awards and shit. Now, mind you, I'm probably like 23. I have $1 in my pocket. I walked all the way home from the BET Awards to my room without a sweat in the world. I just watched myself perform at the BET Awards. I swear to God. I did not have $1 in my pocket to get home. Hey, Ma, I need you to send me some bread from, you know what I mean? I'm a real street nigga. I'm dead. You know what I mean? That's a fact. That's a fact. 5 years ago, you know what I mean? And people, nobody's going to know that story. Nobody's going to know that story. Everybody loves Surf now. My shit was just number 2 on iTunes. You know what I mean? Like,
Talk about it.
They don't care about, nigga, I walked from the BET. The year that I performed at the BET Awards, I walked home. My daughter can drop tape. I swear to God. You know what I mean? Nobody they don't care about that shit. You know what I mean?
I love that type of shit, though.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the best part. There's nobody that could tell me nothing now. Like I'm probably a quarter. Like I don't even like talking about numbers because I'm very humble. Like I'm the best I could ever be in my life right now. Those stories are the best to me. The stories are the best to me. The splitting the sandwich with my man and remember that time we had? It was only 1 bed in there. There was 5 of us. Like that's way better. It's easy now. Like now. I'm like, all right, like now it's like, yo, we going to LA next week, no flights, but I can buy me and my whole team flights, get an Airbnb, rental, everything else now. It's easy now. It's easy now, you know what I mean? The story might not have been funny then, but you look back at them stories, it's like why would I be mad about that? You know what I mean? Why would I be like, you got to think about like a trip, like realistically, the trip is usually like once the trip is over and you get to the destination, you closer to it being over.
Sure.
Then you know what I mean? Like the destination is majority of the span of anything. Becoming, if you're a basketball player, getting to the Hall of Fame, that trip is longer than once you get there. Every trip is longer than once you get there. You gotta fuck with the trip. Appreciate the trip.
Man, it's a marathon, not a
Yeah,
sprint.
man, I ain't gonna act like it wasn't no pretty bitches in that hotel room or my tab through the hotel room was through the roof. I could order whatever I want. Here's the gorgeous bitch from Atlanta. You know, I had to walk home. I thought the limousine was.
Did you ever think about like, and I don't mean that like giving up, but did you ever think like when moments like that?
Hell yeah.
Did you ever think like, man?
Not like that. I
Not
was
like-
I was on a high right there. Like I'm not tripping. I just like, you know what I mean? I'm not tripping. You bag me a little love and hip hop joint. You feel me? I feel like the man. I'm walking nice out Atlanta.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You feel me? But no, it's always gonna be times where you feel like this don't make sense.
Yeah.
It's always gonna feel like it. It's gonna feel like it don't make sense majority of times. It probably feel like it don't make sense more for me now than the nigga that's watching me on live or the nigga that, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Or the nigga that's trying to do it.
Sure. Especially too. It's especially, and I say this. Excuse me. Coming from the street and hustling, right? It's so hard to be patient for slow money. You know what I mean? Like this shit. Like look how long it took you to get that money we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Street sometimes is so much quicker.
Yeah.
But you risk so much more.
You risk the risk versus and that's what we don't equivalent. You don't calculate that until it's too late. The risk versus the reward, the risk versus the reward, and that's a such thing. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, if I give you 2 options, I'm like, yo, there's a dog behind that gate, but it's a 50 over the gate. You know what I mean? And then it's like, or man, it's 50 million in that bank. Go run it. Come on, my nigga, it's the risk versus the reward. So
Sure.
you standing on the block all day, every day with the same cops that do the same shift that run the cop that's watching you is on the same block as you. Oh, this is his shift. This is his area.
And the customers got
And the
big
customers,
mouths.
besides Big Mouths, these are the same customers. Like a customer doesn't fly to LA to get. No, these are the same sellers, the same buyers, and the same cops patrolling the same area. So how fast do you think you're gonna really make that flip that you think you about to make that you just bought? Nigga get locked up and say somebody telling, nah, my nigga, that cop saw you 5 times standing there. 5 times. This just reality, my nigga. The risk don't be worth the reward. You know what I mean? And I can't act like I'm a saint. I done did it all. Like I rip and I run. Like, you know what I mean? I still got itches in my jeans to do dumb shit. You know what I mean? But knowing right from wrong is a start. You feel me? I tell anybody on the come up, knowing right from wrong is a start.
Who has been some like anybody kind of like been some role models for you, like, you know, meaning or kind of like helped you throughout? I mean, you're still young, but kind of like, you know, be like off air we're speaking about Big U, and how special of a dude he is as far as like, you know, reaching out to younger folks. Like,
it's funny because I got like a plethora, like a little like whole group of like old heads that like at this point, you know what I mean, like you could say like a Big U, you know what I mean, like Joe Button, like Steve, you know what I mean, like my manager, like, you know, there's a few people like I could call Kiss, you know what I mean, I need to figure out, you know what I mean, like, you know, just having that help, just having them old heads that's been there, you know what I mean, like even like Big U calmed me down a lot just via the phone. Just via his story, just via his, like, you know what I mean, a hard head make a soft ass. If somebody that's been there before can't tell you, then you're crazy. Then you're crazy. You know what I mean? And again, like, you know, when I was 21, 22, I don't want to hear that shit. But once you get older, you like, yeah, that is a little crazy, right? You know what I mean? I got shot 5 times, my nigga.
Wait, how the fuck did that happen? I mean,
I got you.
No, I'm just saying because it's like that's crazy just to hear it like that.
It's the streets. Yeah. You know, the streets, you know, shit happens. You feel me? Like, you know, you it's no different than, man, all this shit is the bank. You put in what you get out. You're not going to be out here ripping and running, slinging. It's the bank, man. You put in what you get out. The streets is no different than the basketball court, no different than the office, no different than podcasting. You put in what you get out, period. You want to be out there trapping, strapping, and doing what you're doing, you're gonna get it back. You know what I mean?
You gotta be prepared for it.
You have to be prepared. Like I'm not mad at the nigga that shot me. I'm mad at myself for getting caught slip. Like
now that was one time, 5 times.
Yeah,
do you feel it? The reason why I'm asking you like this, I don't mean I haven't been shot.
I did.
So did you? So you didn't even know?
No, I knew I was shot. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like I was at a light. You feel me? So I'm sitting at the light. It was shit so like that shit so vivid and so clear. So like I'm sitting at the light like this, you know what I mean? Regular hand on the steering wheel.
Sure.
And then my mom called me, so I reached for the middle between my legs to grab my phone right here. I grab my phone, I pick it up, I call my mom. I answer the phone, hello, blah, 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 whatever. I put the phone down. The minute I grabbed the steering wheel, like the bullet went through. I seen a bullet go through my arm. Like I seen that shit go through my arm and hit the door. I swear to God, it go through my arm. That's the first one. And I just like retract my arm back and I feel the rest of them. You know what I mean? That was the slowest part, that part right there. The rest of it happened fast. You just hear the car getting hit up. Dum, 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 dum. You know what I mean? I jump out the car. And I just haul ass, you feel me? And I'm just like pulling at cars as I'm like, cars is riding, like I'm on top of the highway, like, you know what I mean, type shit. About to get on the highway, cars riding past and shit like that. Like, in one car, the door just opened. I just fell in some random nigga shit. I told him like, yo, take me to the hospital. He took me to the hospital. He like, yo, I'm not from around here. I got off on the wrong exit. But if you tell me where you going, I'll take you. I directed him to the hospital. I mean.
And did they take them out? Did they take all the bullets out?
I got it's bullets in me. You feel me? Type shit. Yeah, nah, it's bullets in me.
They gave you got like souvenirs you're carrying with you, sir.
Yeah, that's definitely souvenirs. You feel like I don't know. I'm a different type of nigga. Like I ain't, you know what I mean? Like I don't like to use the real word. That bothers me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we all people, we all got opinions, we all choose, you know what I mean? Like your idea of real is not my idea, you know what I mean?
Sure, I get it.
So everybody, you know what I mean? I just feel like I'm a different type of nigga. Like I'm not mad at nothing that I came with. Like nothing that came this way or nothing that, because I know what I've done, I know what I stand for, I know what I believe in, and I know what I'll do again if a situation presents. That's just life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just life. You gotta Come on, man. Come on. We know what's going on. If you in the jungle, you're going to see monkeys, gorillas, whatever the fuck comes with the jungle.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Did you think that you were going to die that day?
I didn't think I was going to die until I was okay. You know what I mean? Like, not like I was okay. Like, at no point did I think I was going to die until, like, once I woke up from surgery. Like, I wasn't thinking about that. I'm thinking about my daughter. I'm thinking about my mom.
Sure.
I'm like, yo, my mother's going to go the fuck off when she find out. And maybe I'm tripping while I'm shot, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking like, man, my mother going to go for the whole time, like on the way to the hospital. And I jump out the car. When he pull up, I jump out the car. I go banging on the emergency room door. You know what I mean? I walk in there and shit. It's so crazy. Like, I walk in straight to the back of the emergency room and I turn around and it's like 20 doctors in front of me, right? Like the nurses, everybody screaming and shit. So, and I'm just looking, right? And like, let's just say it's a group of people surrounding me, and I'm looking to the left, and as I look, it's just like it's disappearing. Like it's getting dark. The face is getting dark, and then somebody's like, sit down, and then I sit down and I take a breath. I'm like, and then everybody face pop back up. You know what I mean? I swear to God, and they like, look, we about to cut your shit off. You know what I mean? We about to cut your shit off, and then we going, you know what I mean? You've been shot. We gonna put you on the table. They pick me up, cut my shit off. You know what I mean? Throw the little mask on, put me on the table, and then I wake up the next day. You know what I mean? Type shit. I wake up my mom there and shit like that. And that's when I'm just like, yo, I could fucking die in here. Like, you know what I mean? Type shit. Tupac died 5 days later. You know what I mean? Type shit. I'm just like, you know, it's so much shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much. I got hit twice in the ribs, twice in the stomach, twice. Like, I'm just thinking about all the complications. That shit was sickening. You know what I mean? Afterwards, you know what I mean? The situation was a blur. Like, the situation is clear as day in my head. It's super slow motion when I sit there and think about it. When I got them nights to myself and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's super slow motion, but it happened so fast. Like, nah, I ain't never really think about dying. That's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like if dying is a line right there, I know for a fact I was tapping it with my foot. I felt it. You know what I mean? Like, I could feel it. Like, I could like, when I was in the hospital sitting there, doctors in front of me, I could feel it. But I never thought I was dying. Like, that was never one of my thoughts. Like, I thought about my mama. I thought about, you know what I mean, the niggas that shot me. I thought about, like, damn, my nigga, you just gave up your whole rap career for a beef. You know what I mean? Type shit. All that went through my head. But dying is like, nah, that's on the back of that's back end. That's back and shit.
You know, taking it back for a second, you know, you when you, and I don't know if this the age is correct, but you were 13 years old when you joined the Rolling 60 Crips?
Yeah, I was 13 when I started banging.
Like the reason why I say that for, how the fuck does that happen at 13 years old?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. It's like, you got to understand where people like us is from. You know what I mean? Shabazz High School, Weequay High School, stuff like that. You coming out of high schools, you know what I mean? It might even be a little different now, 2019. We talking about 2007, 2006, 2000. You coming out of high school, you got the Bloods on this corner. You got the Crips on this corner. You going to choose up, nigga.
Yeah.
You going to choose up. Like, it just makes so much more sense to be affiliated with something. You know what I mean? It just, at some points, it make more, like, everybody's affiliated. Every single body is affiliated with something right now. Even the cops say, I like, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes more sense to be affiliated with something. And then once affiliation come, then the next step is, if I'm this, why aren't I that?
True.
You know what I mean? It's like, once you affiliated in my eyes, you wanted them anyway. So now let's just say, and then, you know, somebody's always affiliated by something. Your uncles in there might be this, or your friends already involved. Like, by the time I got to high school, my friends was already gang. So it's like, the niggas I'm walking with is already, I'm getting tripped on off GP.
Sure.
I'm getting tripped on off GP already. And I'm fighting with these niggas anyway because I grew up with these niggas. So why not squall you to feel me? Like, it's gang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, you know, some people take it to the next and farthest levels. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know. But it's life. It's definitely a life. I'm not gonna say it's life because there's other ways of life, but it's definitely you can't act like it's not a lifestyle in inner cities. You know what I mean? Even if it's them group of niggas that say, yo, we not gonna be in a gang, we us, nigga, y'all is a gang. Y'all is a gang, and actually with the way the world work, you better gang up because even a fucking golfer need a caddy. Everybody needs somebody. It might be, the word gang might not be the word that we need to be using when we talking about, but everybody's gang.
Yeah.
Everybody's gang.
You know, you make a lot of sense. You know, when you speak of Rolling 60 Crips, right? For people listening who may not even know who Tsu Surf is, or even know, like, what exactly is, like, Rolling 60 Crips? Like, what does that exactly mean?
You know, like, I don't want to get into, like, I'm not a, you feel me? Like, I don't want to
No,
get
I
into
know
the
what you mean,
geology of it, you know what I mean? But, you know, like, is something, is where you from. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you can't, like, that's where it derived from. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not from LA. You know what I mean? But you got some people that live for that block, that live for that area, that live for that, you know, and obviously things get taken out of proportion when it start senseless killings and stuff like that. But realistically, these gangs ain't nothing but people neighborhoods, people areas. This is where I'm from. This is where I grew up. It's just that the gangbanging culture and lifestyle of LA bubbled over into the whole America.
True.
You know what I mean? And that's just, you know, so you get people from LA flying to different spots, you know what I mean? You got people in LA that live all over. And it boils over. It just, you know what I mean? I'm there a lot. I'm there, it's a life. It's life.
You know, you spoke off air, we were talking about the differences. I told you I definitely wanted to bring that back up because you made a lot of sense of how people moved onward about like blue and red and just people understanding like Crips and Bloods and
because there's a lot of misconception. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of misconception behind it. And as you figure, if I'm if I got put on when I was 13, that's when I went in the backyard. You figure that's 16 years now. You know what I mean? So when you're gonna have, I'm 13-year-old, I'm a child. If a 13-year-old said anything to me right now, I couldn't even like. So you mean to tell me if I'm thinking about myself as a kid right now, if I'm an active gang member and a 13-year-old blood come up to me, I would laugh. So I laugh sometimes thinking about myself as, you know what I mean, when I went in the back, you know what I mean, when I got put on, but it's a reality. Like it's you know what I mean, it's a real life, it's a real thing. You know what I mean, type shit. So I don't know, bro.
Not exactly. You know, but I really admired like even to talk about like where we spoke about like
you
how,
just grow out of it and not out of like this is for life. Like this shit is tatted neck like from my ear to my feet. It's life.
True.
You start learning what to pick and what to take out of. You know what I mean? Like I'm 14, 15, 16, 17. I might have slapped the shit out you for having red on in my area.
True.
I knew no better. You understand what I'm saying? I knew no better. Like a lot of us knew, you know what I mean? Like you just grow out of that shit. You grow out of it. You start making more sense. Like I could be getting money with my niggas. Even if we still on gang time, I still go for my niggas. I still turn up for my niggas. I still flip this shit upside down. Why we not getting no money? Why we not focused? Why is your daughter not taken care of? If you go to jail, I am next in line to be your daughter's father.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. A lot of that is not being talked about at these functions. That's a problem. You feel me? That's when, you know what I mean? That's when, like, it got to be a growth level. The gang is not the problem. It's the niggas banging. It's the niggas banging, you feel me? If I'm your big homie and I'm like, yo, all right, let's go to the other side of town and do whoop wop, whatever. But you ain't even got no fucking bank account. You know what I mean? So realistically, is the gang really the problem? Because if you seen 150 Bloods in your city doing like giving back or at a book bag giveaway, is the gang really? No, it's what y'all doing. You feel me? So, you know, for a lot of years, a lot of people just did a lot of the wrong, unnecessary shit. Some shit is necessary. I'm gonna be the first person to tell you that. I don't give a fuck about no law, no book, no religion, some things are necessary. That's life. This world is sick out here. You understand what I'm saying? Some things, but it's what you preaching. You feel me? It's what you preaching. Like, you know what I mean? I'm all for, I got little bros, you know what I mean? But me and you gonna fight, you don't go to school. Like, that just wasn't me, you know what I mean? Like, some stuff just don't add up. Like, you don't have to not go to school to bang. Like, you don't have, you know what I mean, to be in like, you know, people get a wrong conception of once you put somebody in a gang. Why do I have to not have to go to school? Like, why, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you hear that I'm in a gang. Why do you think I didn't graduate? Why do you think I don't have college credits? Why do you think I haven't handled all my business? I have. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here today. I handle most of my business deals. Why do you think I can't do that? Because of something that, you know what I mean, life directed is no different than anything else, than a religion. You can't tell me it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you grow up, we take a baby right now, whatever religion we tell that baby that they are, that's what they're going to believe they are until, and 13 is a baby. 12 is a baby, 11, like, you know, and that's the times that we step into. There's people jumping off the porch at 10, 11, 12, 13. If you 17 years old, you're a fucking baby. Want to know how I know? Because I'm a baby. I'm 29, but I'm a baby. It's a lot I still call my mother like, Ma, hey, Ma, how I figure out this with look, if I do this right, with this tax shit, everybody, I'm 29 years old, so if you 17, you still a baby. You know what I mean? That's life. That's life.
But it's still beautiful to use your family and your friends and people that are like as a network. I like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I do that sometimes too with my pops. Like I call them up and be like, yo, what do you do about this shit?
Because wisdom is the best teacher.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Wisdom is the best teacher. So if you take some of these big homies and some of these, you know what I mean, these big homies, these leaders and stuff, and it's like, you are 40, I'm 25. Like, you know more than me. You know something that I don't know. Why you holding out?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people talk about, this is off the gang talk, but a lot of people talk about the disrespect that the young have to the old. But a lot of people don't speak on how much the old withhold from the young.
Sure.
If you've been here for 50 years, and we already established that there's no blueprint, so when you was 20, how was you, like, what was you doing? What was you thinking about? The same shit I'm thinking about. How the fuck do this shit go? You understand what I'm saying? So why do so many old heads hold out?
Yeah, you got to make it easier, not harder for the
For
next.
everybody though,
for
you
the
know what I
next
mean?
one.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
you might got an old head that's not in right now. Like Tsu Surf might be in right now. You might have a senior, you know what I mean? Like senior rappers to me that
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's rappers right now who don't respect Jadakiss. That's fucking. I mean, it's kids right now that don't respect Jadakiss. That's blasphemous. That's blasphemous. And I'm the happy medium between that. You understand what I'm saying? Like realistically. So it's like it's kids that's coming up that I could realistically put on to my senior. You understand what I'm saying? Like and it should be mutual both ways. And I'm not talking about kids, but I'm talking about from an old head. Like how many of these old heads is really pulling up niggas and
Yeah,
like
lending a helping hand.
lending a helping hand.
For
I
sure.
got a podcast. I'm the #1 fucking podcast in the world. You busting your ass.
Yeah,
Pull
sure.
up.
Sure. Or introducing people to other people, giving them a better chance than
Let
they
me
had.
just introduce you to him. Oh, look, I'm about to be at such and such party. Come through. Network yourself. Even if it's just a look. I'm not going to give you your own fishing pole or nothing. I'm just going to bring you to the lake, bring your own fishing pole, your own.
Exactly.
We fishing.
Exactly.
You got it. It got to be some type of helping hand pecking order, or this shit is going to be a circus like it always is. Young niggas don't give a fuck about the old niggas.
Sure.
Old niggas think the young niggas is fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
It's you gotta break the cycles. Internets, listen. You know what? Let's take a quick break. We're sitting here with the one and only Tsu Surf. Okay.
Yeah.
Pull up some stuff on Spotify.
Spotify,
Pull up some stuff on SoundCloud,
iTunes, SoundCloud, whatever you want.
whatever it is. Check them out.
Xbox, PlayStation.
YouTube.
Hey, we on all that shit.
Newark's finest. The
Yeah.
one and only Tsu Surf. We'll be
Gang.
right back. Don't go nowhere. Cheers.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Steve Lobel, and you're listening to the Premium Pete Show. We working.
And we're back sitting here with the one and only Tsu Surf.
Yeah.
Yo, Drake shouted you out a bunch of times, man.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Drake, man. Drake be showing me hella love.
Was that something special when you heard it?
Especially sound a little weird.
All right. Well, yo, did that
was
make you
dope.
happy?
Yeah, it was dope. It just you like everybody like you feel me. Everybody like you know what I mean. When it seemed like when it felt like you don't. I mean like oh I'm heard. Oh you heard of me. You know what I mean. Tell you shit. You know what I mean. So you know it's cool. You bump into some of your favorite basketball players and you know what I mean. Some of your your favorite other artists and shit like that. You know what I mean. Or your peers in some type of sense. You know what I mean. And for them to be aware of you and know who you is, that shit fire, my nigga. Like that's dope. That's like part of that's half the part of the.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like yeah, that's.
You know what's crazy? Sometimes all it takes is somebody else to tell somebody else about you. But meanwhile, you've been grinding all
But
this
that's
time.
the game though. Like that's
I know.
like that's the funny part about it. Like that's all it is. Like if Jay-Z was to call me tonight and put it like if Jay-Z was to post a picture of me tomorrow,
Yeah.
him sitting
Say,
there, me
"Hey,
behind
this dude's
like,
nasty. Yeah.
this is him. Like
Yeah.
this is the next.
Yeah.
That's just like there's gonna be a like that's the way it go. Like somebody has to say something. I mean, it's a fucked up thing, but when you believe it or not, it kind of keeps the It keeps things controlled around
Sure,
here.
sure.
And when I say controlled, I mean like business wise, because it's like, you know, word of mouth has been going on for years. So it's some people whose word of mouth is 20 years old, as opposed to some people whose word of mouth is 10 weeks old. You know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of could cut a lot of bullshit out with the Steve LaBelles of the world, and you know what I mean, the such and such of the world. Because if Steve LaBelle call you and say, "Yo, nah, this kid is," then it sound a little bit more. This kid is
Sure,
than
they
some
pay
random
attention,
guy.
yeah.
You know what I mean, type shit. So it's fucked up that it's like you kind of need a cosign or you kind of need some type of. But it kind of, like I said, it kind of keep the commotion to a. You know, how much shit would you really have to go through, or how much shit would you have to filter through if you had to go through everything everybody told you was dope?
Sure.
It got to be some type of. You know what I mean?
Sure. Being surrounded by people like that, especially if they have your best interest in mind, it's like you're 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
Always 10 steps. Steve is a cheat code.
Oh yeah. Shouts to Steve Lobel. You know, I will say this before we talk about battle rapping. From your perspective, somebody who's really nice with it. Okay,
Yeah.
a professional in it.
I'm
putting
technically
10,000 hours in it.
Technically, I'm a professional battle rapper.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yo,
by definition.
Who is nice, man? From your opinion,
Who's
besides
nice
you?
in battle
in
rap?
battle rap? Yeah.
See, right now, you're doing some shit because you kind of like you put me in a bad position.
No, I
but
don't mean-
you're my guy, so I'm gonna answer this
Forget
question.
about it.
But I don't like free promotion. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But nah. Like if this was just a random question, which it is, you know what I mean, for somebody. Let me start this up. If this was just a random question from somebody like it is, and I could just like promote like a today type of thing, because I feel like you could answer that question in 2 different ways. You know what I mean? I could answer that question like, am I trying to like the best ever to do it? You know what I mean? Or are we talking about like who's in right now? You know what I mean? Type shit. So, you know, like if we talking about battle rappers that's in right now, to me, you know what I mean, just watching the culture, I haven't battled in a minute, you know what I mean, type shit, just watching the culture, like, you gotta watch it, kid, New Jersey Twerk, crazy, his energy through the roof, you gotta watch Geechee Gotti from California, super crazy, Rum Nitty's a punchline fiend, like he's super, if you like lyrics, bars, Rum Nitty, you know what I mean, it's some fire dudes. You know what I mean? Doing, like, the whole New Jersey's crazy. You know what I mean? My team. But it's not. It's really some fire dudes battle rapping. You know what I mean? And then, if that question is, like, if I'm trying to put somebody on to battle rap and I want to, like, you know what I mean? I could show you some of the best to ever do it. I mean, you talking about Hitman Holla from Wild 'N Out. You know what I mean? You talking about the Tsu Surf. You talking about Arsenal the Rebel. You talking about Hollow the Don. You know what I mean? Like, you got some niggas that's really, like, millions and gazillions of battle views in, you know what I mean, that really put on for the culture. For, like, obviously I got me here, but it's a long line of, like, everybody's views wrapped up in a bunch that kind of got, you know what I mean, like, there's a whole unit push for us to, for the platform had to get to a certain level for me to even, you know what I mean, get to a certain level to get this type of, you know what I mean?
You know, you recently put out a mixtape, okay?
Yeah, 7/25, that's the day I got shot.
Really?
Or that's how. You want to know what's crazy? When you look it up in the paper, the news article, everything, I got shot on 7/25 at 7:25.
God damn.
The news report says shot at 7:25 p.m.
So you're taking a bad situation and turn into a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't mad. Yo, he created a monster. Like, I've made some of the best verses. I made the most money I've made since I got shot. I've never seen this much money in my life.
Hey, listen, you know,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
It's a great thing to add to the resume.
Yeah, like it's like it's so funny because that's the way the world work. Like you start thinking like, damn, like would they be listening if the type of validation, you know what I mean? Like it almost like it's scary that like for our culture and the people that follow this shit and stuff like that, like how something like getting shot kind of tweaks the validation meter and it puts the, you know what I mean? But it's real though, you know. And sometimes people need to see the reality of it. Like some niggas, everybody's not just talking it. This isn't just a rap to everybody. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what Calabasas look like. I've never been to Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Like I'm from this where you can get shot, where you get banged and we bang on them, they bang on us. Like this is real life. You feel me? Type shit. But you know, like sometimes like the validation, you know, from some of your favorite artists is knowing that your artist, knowing that artist been through that, like it makes you want to be a fan more. You feel me? And then sometimes I feel like you almost could tell. Like you listen to some of these artists and they rap about shit and it's like it just sounds like the basic stuff, like the stuff you see in a room. Like if, you know, I'm telling you about this room, they're like, you know, you ask a regular person to tell you about this room, they're like, oh yeah, it's a table, it's speakers, it's a computer, and then you got somebody that'll tell you that what the time is on that computer right now. Now it's some people that paint that picture totally different, and when you hear it, you like, oh nah, he was involved.
Yeah.
Like he was involved, you know what I mean? And it makes you more of a fan. You can hear it. You know what I mean? Like there's not a motherfucker telling or glorifying, but you almost could tell, like it takes you there. You listen to some of this shit. I know that because what people tell me I do to them, like it's some music that do that for me and it takes me somewhere. You know what I mean? Like 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, like that had me in a zone somewhere. And it's people music can do that. And you almost could tell, like when 50 was in that, nigga, I just got shot. Nigga can't, none of you niggas, like if 9 bullets couldn't do it, none of you niggas could do it. 50 was in a, like you felt that.
Sure.
You felt what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Like
He's a
you
beast.
felt. Dog.
Yo, did you ever meet 50?
Of course.
Yeah. And what he said? He said, you got 4 more shots to go. Fuck you talking about, Surf?
Word, right?
But he's a hell of an inspiration, man.
Super motivation. Like, he an asshole, of course. You know what I mean? I apologize. But super motivation. You know what I mean? Because, again, like, you know, like the 50 Cents of the world, the Meeks of the world, like, they just show you that, you feel me, whether you like a motherfucker or not, like, it could be done. Like, it's nobody that could subtract Meek's resume or you can't erase his probation sentence.
Sure.
You can't erase his charges. You can't erase, you know what I mean, the going back to jail, the like, that's real shit. The man was locked up, you know what I mean? Like, it's niggas that really been through it, you feel me? Like, so to see them get through it, you feel me? Niggas on the gram, sneakers on the Lamborghini truck, disrespecting that shit. That shit
private
fire.
Jets. But
You
even
feel me? That's
somebody
fire.
like you, like, and Meek said this, speaking of Meek, you know, there's levels to this shit. But even somebody like you could still, honestly, you could still be stuck in Newark right now.
I could.
Right?
That's
you know,
a fact.
You know, and even though you're not, like, I know obviously you have more goals and aspirations, you're not exactly say where you want to be, right?
Yeah. Nah, I'm probably never going to be where I want to be.
You're
I'm a pessimist.
But look how far you have come.
Nah, this
Like,
is...
real talk. Like, but sometimes you're living your own life. You don't even realize that.
And you don't realize that you live it. We get so consumed in our thoughts that you don't even realize that you live in your life, though. You know what I mean? Like, I've been Tsu Surf for the last X amount of years, but I get so caught up in, I mean, my shit was a little drastic, but, you know, get caught up in getting shot, get caught up in being in jail. You get caught up in so much other shit that you kind of forget. You know what I mean? The good shit, too. You get caught up in the bitches, you get caught up in the clubs, you get caught up in that you kind of don't really grasp the moment. Like, God damn, I'm in here right now with motherfucking... I'm in this bitch right now with Jadakiss, Style, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really stop for a second, like, yo, like...
This is real life.
Scott Storch, Avedon, Steve fucking LaBelle, like, that's Phil Jackson in the room.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, if a motherfucker don't know him, like, you got to, like, Google works. It's like Steve LaBelle is Phil Jackson of this music shit. You know what I mean? So, like, you don't stop and sit in a room like, man, this shit's state of the art. Wait, this is $1 million studio because you so caught up with the weed, the little bitches hitting your phone. Nah, man, like, you be living. You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't think people actually pay attention to them living enough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but we kind of train ourselves like that. Because if you set a goal, anything in between that, it's like, yo, if I want $100,000, I'm just not set until I get $100,000. I don't really stop like and count like, damn, there's 70 right here. Yeah, that's 70 grand, my nigga.
Sure.
You feel me? You only looking at the 100, but yeah, you definitely got to stop and look and see that you living.
You know, you're young yet, but you're like a chameleon. Sometimes I call it like reinventing, but it's also sometimes pivoting. Yeah, because it's like you went from battle rapper to rapping to resurrecting.
I just signed another battle deal.
Really?
Yeah, I just signed
with Smacking.
I just signed a deal, like a big 50, 60, 70, 80 type of for the year. You know what I mean? So I'm not...
When could people... So what is this going to be like where people could come to an event? Or?
Yeah, it's going to be an event, obviously, to be disclosed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
Yeah, but the check, the contract has been signed. You feel me?
Check cleared.
Clear as day.
Perhaps.
You feel me? So, nah, like, I'm not that type of guy. I don't want people. I'm in no position right now to whereas I turned down $60,000.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Type shit. And I'm honest enough to admit that I'm 6 digits up, which isn't shit to me.
Sure.
You know,
it's a process.
It's not shit. It's a process.
And it's a marathon. I keep on telling you.
It's a marathon, exactly. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't act like I'm retired or removed from the battle culture, although I act like I'm above because that's the way you're supposed to. If I don't act or tell myself I'm better than you niggas, y'all not going to tell me that.
Exactly. Listen, and I say this all the time, people believe in people who believe in themselves.
I've never seen somebody, people, you know, that's very true. You feel me? I was about to say I never seen somebody believe in somebody that don't, but there's been times where I didn't believe in myself.
And then people did believe it. I know,
you know what I mean? But realistically, it's just much easier to back behind. If a person's going in the ring to fight and they're telling you I'm about to go whoop his ass, it's easier for me to back him as opposed to the nigga like, man, I don't know if I could do this tonight. Like, it's just easier to back somebody that back theyself.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, do I want to battle rap? No, not really. Not for the sport. Not at this point in my life right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we getting ready for tour. We getting ready for, like, shit's going well. So do I want to just battle for the sport? No. Will I fight for 60,000 all day, twice on Sunday? It's guaranteed.
You know, when we think about Tsu Surf and we think about everything, like I said, that's happening now in your life, a lot of shit is special, moving upward. You know, you think about even somebody like Joe Budden, right? Think about how he's another chameleon, right? You think about how he's been able to be a chameleon and not only just be an artist or a battle rapper. Look at him now in the podcast. Right?
Yeah,
but I'm saying that's what life's about. Like, why can't you be on TV? Right?
Yeah.
Why can't you be a voiceover for commercials?
You know what I mean? I'm
there you
like,
go.
yeah, exactly. Things like that. There's no like we working on branding. We working on branding and marketing and promotion, you know what I mean? Like modeling for shit like that. Hell yeah. Like it shouldn't be no one-stop shop. You know what I mean? Like if a motherfucker's sitting there thinking about, if a person has set up in their mind right now, like I'm just gonna battle rap and I'm gonna be good, you're a goddamn dummy. You're a damn dummy. Like that was never the plan for me. Like I'm like, all right, this is what's going on right now. This shit got me hot. Every time I drop a battle, it's 1 million views in a week and a half. You know what I mean? A week. This is what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm gonna do. But then once I get to a point where it's like, damn, but once I drop a tape, I'm going number 2 in 2-3 days now. You know what I mean? Like the doors just change. You know what I mean? And you get them organic fans that latch on.
Sure.
You feel me? And you get some that like to watch you battle. Some that like to. I bump into now just as many people that love me that never seen a battle as that. You know what I mean? As that watches battles and don't listen to music. It's pretty even now. You know what I mean? It's even crossing over to where the battle fans is listening to the music. So I really can't complain. You know what I mean? I'm going to take some battles and make some music and try to get rich.
You know, you got the album has features from Mozzie, Benny the Butcher.
Shout out to my fucking boy Mozzie, man.
Tokyo Jet.
Benny, that's my boy. Tokyo Jets, that's the homegirl. Yeah, she showed love. As soon as I hit Tokyo, I jumped on, I just jumped right in her DM. Because my homegirl be bumping hella Tokyo. So I kind of, like, I automatically got to say, I can't say I don't listen to her because, you know what I mean, my homegirl, and I'm just like, damn, one day I'm like, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean, type shit. She's like, oh, that's Tokyo Jets. And then I was working on a track, and I'm like, who the fuck could I put on this? You know what I mean? Because, like, that's how I kind of, my process with my music, like, it's never done till I feel like it's done. It's not an amount of number of songs or amount of number of tracks and no shit like that. It's done when I feel like it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, who the fuck I could put on this? And then, like, she just popped up. I'm like, damn, Tokyo Jets. Word. Tokyo Jets. Benny the same way. I call Benny, pop right back. You know what I mean? Shout out to Griselda.
That motherfucker talented.
Benny is crazy.
Man.
Benny is crazy. That Tana Talk 3. Go get Tana Talk 3.
Yeah.
Slimy Individuals out too. That Mozzie
with
shit
Burner.
just dropped with
Burner.
Mozzie and Burner. Yep.
What about Beanie Siegel? Didn't you have Beanie Siegel on
That
there?
was scary.
What the fuck?
That was a different type of feel.
This kid, you just from Newark.
I'm just some young little dirty nigga from Newark. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so hard because anything other than like bigging yourself up now is just dick ride and you're not humble,
sure.
you know what I mean? But if I step outside of myself and I'm like, yo, this nigga got songs with Jadakiss, Styles P, Joe Budden. Me and Joe Budden have a 10-minute long song. If you tell me somebody else that you can name right now in the music industry that Joe Budden has rapped 10 minutes with, I pay you. I rapped 10 minutes with Joe Budden, one of the best lyricists ever. Wale. Young Thug, Kevin Durant.
How was Kevin Durant? How was that? No, I mean,
it was crazy.
How was it? Break us down. Tell us that story.
We're fan of each other. You feel me? Just talking shit. He a fan of my battle rap. I think Drake might have said Hollow won, and then KD said I won, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Then I just like jumped in his DM on some jokey like good looks are holding me down shit like that. He like I'm like, yo, you gotta bring me. I'm like, yo, I gotta come out to a game. You feel me? Like that. He like, all right, I'll bring you to a game when you put me on your mixtape. The fuck? I'll be there Saturday. You feel me? Flew me out, homie out, my cameraman out. You feel me? And we got to it. You feel me? It was a real vibe. Like, I mean, like that nigga was in there. He wrote his verse, everything. You feel me? And this was at the beginning. Like, you know what I mean? Like this was before I was even getting respected for music, but I was respected. You know what I mean? Type shit. So it's really just a matter of a process. People finding out. People gonna find out when they find out. Like I be trying to tell the homies that all the time. Like, you can't teach time and you can't control time. And it's like, if you went to school with somebody, right? You went to high school with somebody, right? And the story is just supposed to go 15 years later, they become the head A&R of Rock Nation. Y'all gonna meet in New York and then they gonna sign you. What the fuck speeds up that 15 years? Nothing. Nothing speeds up time. You understand what I'm saying? And some people, like, you fighting with yourself so much and you don't have the discipline, the patience, you know what I mean? Like you're so at beef with yourself that you won't just wait until your time. You know what I mean? It could be, you might have gave up 2 weeks too early. Like 2 weeks later, if you were still, let's say I go to the studio every weekend and then one weekend I just say, fuck this shit. But 2 weekends later, like after that, I was supposed to bump into this kid I went to school with now who worked at Sony who was about to give me my, like, when the fuck, who tells you when it's some old ass people in college. It's some old ass people in college. Who the fuck tells you when the time is up? When it's like, it's not like that, my nigga. Like, it's not. I check some of these careers. I think people just like to watch shit and don't really do their homework on it. You know what I mean? Like, check 2 Chainz' age. No shout out. That's the big homie. You feel me? Like, check some of these niggas' age. Plies, Ross, like, when they got on. A nigga might not get on till 35. You gave up at 27. Who the fuck, who tells you, like, who are you to tell, like, to say when your window opens or closes if it's just a dream, if it's a goal? Like, who the fuck are you, the goal maker? Like, all right, well, I want to be a basketball player, so I'm supposed to go to college and then do a year, and then what if your shit is college, overseas, nothing, G League, nothing, bump into a coach, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do something anyway. Like, you can't sit in the fucking house all day and be in the dark. You can't. You have to do something. So why not do something? Like, what the fuck?
Talk about it, man. Man, Tsu Surf over here dropping gems. Professor. He's going to go back to Newark University, man.
Back to Newark. And
Rutgers.
Look, I'm just
he's
from
gonna
Newark.
He's going to go speak at Rutgers.
I'm just from Newark University. That's all. You feel me?
Listen, you got a record called What Changed. It's playing on Hot 97 right now.
What Changed is a good record.
92.3 in L.A. Man, I need to get back to L.A.
What Changed
man.
is a good record.
Yeah.
I wrote that.
Yeah?
While I was locked up with no beat. That's crazy, right? I wrote it with no beat, and I was in the studio, and my man Cassio was there. Shout out to Cassio. So a big friend of mine. He a crazy writer and singer. And I'm like, yo, Cass, I need you to help me with this. You know what I mean? And he looked at it, and he sung it. He got the hum in it. He crossed out like 2 words. It was like, yo, look, we're going to take this out, close this. I'm going to say it like this. You know what I mean? I already had the verses done and shit, and that was it. And niggas fuck with it.
And that's how it happened. Now, would you say that a lot of your, lyrics are like from the pain, from like growing up?
It's just real life.
Yeah,
You can't find too many of my lyrics that is like, you can't, if you write my lyrics out and just scroll and then just stop and press a line, like, I said that, I did it, I saw it, I seen it, I know about it, or, you know what I mean? Like, that's where my music come from. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna find no lyrics about the Lamborghini doors that go up. Like, you won't find none. You know what I mean? You're not just, like, it's a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, 50 bottles never came to my section before. Sure. 12 never came to my section. I'm not gonna say it. You know what I mean? Type shit. I'm not gonna say it. I've had a drum under a 40 before. You might hear that. It's real life. My mother had to move the K from the attic to the basement for me while I was locked up. I might talk about that because my mother really went and grabbed it. My mama really went and grabbed the chopper and moved it because the probation, like, this is real. That's what I'm going to talk about. You know what I mean? It's real life. Like, why not talk about that? Again, like, people, it's not about telling or talking. Like, first of all, you know you're lost. You know you could, you know what I mean? You know what the fuck you can say and what you can't say. You know what I mean? Why would I not talk about what I know? And you got to think about it. Let's just talk about the math on it. It's 7 billion motherfuckers in the world. Why you think you the only person that's thinking like that? I guarantee there's somebody else mama who had to go through the jail phone calls and the yada yada. Like, it's millions of people in the club, but it's millions of motherfuckers who can't afford to be in the club. I'm almost 100% sure there's a lane for every single person out here, for every thought process.
You just got to find it.
That's it. Like you just gotta find it. Like, there's some girl in the room that's probably a fucking emo. She don't got no friends. She think to herself. She think about killing herself and all this other. I guarantee you, is a million more females that feel the exact same way. You just gotta find that shit. Like,
Scott Storch is doing some stuff with you, and I think you're gonna be on B Real's. I think maybe album.
Cypress Hill B Real album. With Scott Storch.
Man,
that's kind of crazy. Huh?
The comeback kid.
I'm a little younger. You know what I mean? So that's a little past my, you know what I mean? My hip hop knowledge keeps me aware of stuff like that, Cypress Hill and Be Real, but I'm a little younger to, like, you know what I mean? Like Beanie Siegel, I kind of could get the chills of because I, you know what I mean? That's my era. You know what I mean? So I'm a little younger, you know what I mean? But that's a legend, though, to my hip hop knowledge.
Of course. Shouts to Scott Storch. Listen, so on Instagram is Tsu Surf. What is it? TSU
_surf, yup.
And Twitter too. You fuck with Twitter?
Yup, TSU. Twitter my shit. I tweet all day. It's a mobile app. You just tweet. Like, I'm on Twitter right now. My shit up. Like, and social media, I make the most money off of social media ever. Like, just tweeting. Like, people ask you for something. Like, it'll be a song I'm never going to drop ever. Like, a nigga be like, yo, I'll cash app you $200 if you send me. Sure.
Yeah.
Like, I make social media, I don't know if people bash, like, yo, you tweet all day, or you be on Instagram Live, or you got that. This is my job.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
You feel me? I'm a entertainer, technically. You know what I mean? So why not entertain? That's actually foolish. You know what I mean? The fuck?
What's next for Tsu Surf? I know that's like a common question, but what I mean is like, even like the whole goal of this episode for me is not only for people who know you to get to know you a little bit better,
Yeah.
but people who don't know you to know of you. So if they listening and they locked in, you know, what's next?
I just want to keep working, man. I got a few more features that I want to knock out. You know what I mean? I got 2 more projects that's practically done. You know what I mean? We getting ready for tour. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Who you going on tour with? You going?
I'm trying to go myself. Like you know what I mean? I want to be big enough to do it myself. You know what I mean? You know, we got different type of, I don't want to be nobody's opening. You know what I mean? We got a joint tape coming up with Blank.
Look forward to
about that. You know what I mean? But we looking forward to that. I'm just working, man. I'm just working. You know, pushing this tape, getting ready for this What Changed video. You know what I mean? On the back end of the press run of
Sure.
725. You know what I mean?
Now, when's the last time you were away?
Away
Because
as
you were
in-
locked up, you know, from.
I was locked. I got locked up I got locked up March 18th of 2017, and I came home January of 2018.
Okay, no more, right?
I'm done.
Come home, stay home.
Yeah, I'm done, man. I'm like, all my jail trips were pissed me off, but this last one pissed me off the most because like I was the most famous I had ever. That was the most famous I had for myself. That was the most famous I ever been. And locked up at the time. You know what I mean? When I got locked up before, I was still
on the
trying to
grind,
make it,
yeah.
you know what I mean, on the grind. And like, you know what I mean? I was as big as I ever been. Like, I probably left, like, I was locked up for about a year. I probably left for like 3,000 pieces of mail. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm getting mail.
Now, mail call means something.
10, 15 slices, you know what I mean? A mail like Australia, Germany, Africa, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like CEOs come knock on the door. Yo. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is crazy to me. That shit bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, that shit, like, so I'm sitting in the cell, you know, and the CEO will, like, come slide a paper under the door, like, yeah, yo, I know I ain't supposed to do. You can sign that for my son? And you just feel like an asshole. Like, why am I behind a cage? Like, why am I caged to here signing autographs? You know what I mean? Like, that shit just...
You remember how you mentioned how the shots turned you into an animal?
Yeah.
You almost kind of mentioned where you were thanking dude. You know, for inspiring you to be a
He's
motherfucking
definitely
beast.
an inspiration. Like, the last 24 months of my life and, like,
Sure.
is the reason. Like, anybody that keep up with me or people that's watching or been watching my career and stuff like that, the last 24 months of my life is why I'm going to be who I'm going to be.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, it's a collection of my whole life, but these last 24 months kind of, like, put the last seasoning of... It almost like reverse cycled everything. You know what I mean? Like I was in the cycle already learning everything and then it kind of reversed it. You know what I mean? So yeah, like it's always gonna be shout out the niggas that shot me.
No, I'm saying
Nah,
even
it
the
really-
reason why I bring that up for is the same thing with jail. That shit could get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm fucking done with you.
Yeah, I'll never go back again. Like it's nothing, and you learn so much. I really feel like I might be crazy, but I really feel like everybody should experience it. You know what I mean? Because you get so much time to yourself in jail. I'm talking about unsolicited, like, you can't control time. This door won't open if you want it to. I did a lot of my time, you know, we getting a lot of beef. You know what I mean? The Tsu Surf shit is out the window once I'm in jail. You know what I mean? I'm in general population, gang members, ops, blah, blah, blah. We in 23 and 1. You're in this room. This is a bathroom. You're in this bathroom for 23 hours. It's just you, this radio, and push-ups. You think about how bad of a father you are. You think about how much you let your daughter down, how much you let your mother down, how much you how much you missing out on, like what that bitch doing, what man, jail is fucking psycho. Jail is like somebody, do you understand? Like that's not human.
Yeah.
That's not human. You sit somebody in a room for 23 hours with a bed, tissue, and a fucking toilet. Like that's not regular, you know what I mean? And then everybody, of course I'm comfortable, you know what I mean? You got, like, my books is straight. I got money on, I got food all in my room. I'm putting food in 2-3 other people's room just so I could be comfortable, you know what I mean? Type shit. I'm super, but you got people that's not living like that, you know what I mean? So you learn so much from that shit. You sitting there talking to, like, you talking to that nigga who never, I've had full conversations with niggas that's never going home. That's scary. That chills my bones. Like, I've had full conversations with niggas that's never going home. Like, I done sat there and talked to niggas who mama died while they was locked up. Nigga couldn't even go to the funeral. Like, jail is just not the place. You don't know what the fuck could happen while you went, like...
You could go in for a year and get
your
10.
whole life change. You could go in, man, I swear, my right-handed guy. I was down Annandale, New Jersey. There's a youth correctional facility at the time. I was about to go home in about 5 months. My man had 3 weeks left, actually. It was like 2 or 3 weeks left. And some kid must have did something, like whatever he did didn't even matter. You know what I mean? But I was upstairs because they have like cottages. You know what I mean? Like we all, like It's like 8 cottages. Upstairs and downstairs, a bunch of prison. You know what I mean? So, jail. So, we upstairs. So all the fucking alarms go off, you know what I mean? SWAT team come upstairs, literally enough for each image. It's 64 upstairs, 64 downstairs. I'm talking about the police is pointing a gun at per person. Somebody downstairs, the alarm went off. Somebody got beat to death downstairs. My friend was in it. Like, it was a group of them. It was like 5 of them. They jumped on him for whatever reason he had to, whatever the story was behind it. He died. They had the helicopter something and fly him out, you feel me, type shit. Like, niggas, man, they gave him 12 years. He was going home in 2 weeks.
Man, on that note, man, listen.
He was going home in 2 weeks, bro.
Man,
2
you
weeks.
could lose your life that quick. Listen, let me tell you something. Your journey is just beginning. But I'm telling you right now, you are inspiring a lot of other people.
I try to.
I
try to.
Don't only look for, it's great to get acknowledgement from the older cats and the people that you kind of looked up to growing up and moving, but never forget the people behind you that you're inspiring. Right now, if someone's listening to Tsu Surf, I'm sure when we drop this, a lot of people are going to, check it out and stuff like that. And they're stuck or they're in their hood or they're just trying to figure out what they want to do in life. What's some advice you have for them?
I mean, like, I just try to remain humble as possible, you feel me? Like, it don't really, like, money don't buy, like, I have no problem saying a lot of things that I say, you feel me? Because I like, I try to be transparent, you know what I mean? So, because it is people that's coming up, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like it's not about the money, it's about the self-complacent. You got to be comfortable with, you know what I mean? You got to be comfortable where you are. You got to be comfortable with the process. You know what I mean? Like, and that's really the biggest thing, like, to stay humble. I try to be humble. You can ask some of my live followers. I'm not joking. This is my favorite sweatsuit. I have to wash this about 4 or 5 times a week. You know what I mean? Type shit. I have no problem wearing the same shit.
We need a laundry detergent sponsor for you.
For real.
Surf.
Like, give me a tie. Like, I have no problem.
Greg, come on, get on that.
I have no problem wearing the same shit, and I'm okay. Like, 5-6 interviews a week. I got to be to LA next week. I got to yada yada. I got Mozzie, Beanie Siegel on my tape. Yada. Why would a person that's on the come up? You got on Givenchy every fucking day, no views, and everybody's fucking DM talking about listen to my shit, but you got on $20,000 worth of clothes.
I say that from a Brooklyn cat. I say this is
priorities. You know what I mean?
You know what? I say this all the time. A lot of people are more focused on looking good instead of being good.
Yo, I've seen so many artists spend, you'll pay for the females, you pay for the strippers that's in the video, you pay for your outfit in the video, your chain, your jewelry, you pay $300 to the cameraman. The quality of the sound of the music is terrible, but you putting into, like, it's about, like, you putting into the wrong stuff. What the fuck can you say about me in this sweatsuit on if I have 6 digits in my bank account? People get it so misconstrued with, you know what I mean? And it's not even about the money, because I'm comfortable with it before anything. Like, like, I'm not gonna lie, my Gucci shit don't fit like this. This super dry shit, as soon as you put it on, it snap back. I love it. You know what I mean? Type shit. But what is you focused on? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, that's really the question. What are you focused on? What is your goal? Like, or do you want to live like a rapper, or do you want to be a rapper? It's a difference.
I like that, man. I like that. Listen, the one and only Tsu Surf in the motherfucking building. Be on the lookout. The future is bright. Future is bright, man.
That.
And listen, when we get another project, why don't you come up here and we're gonna talk some more shit.
I'll come up here as much as you want me to.
No, listen, the future is bright, man. And like I said, the rap shit is cool. The bars is cool. The battle is cool. But where you came from to where you're going,
it's
special, man.
That's the goal, man. We trying to light the Prudential Center up, man. Like, shit like that. Like, it's so much talent in New Jersey and talent in them inner city streets and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's so many obstacles. You know what I mean? Like, it almost saddened a nigga, you know what I mean, to think about, like, you got some of these places that got, like, such and such school of performing arts, such and such school of crafts and arts and craft, such and such school of the average little girl in my fucking city that could sing, that could paint, that got to go through so much more obstacles to get her talent out there, to be seen, to be heard. You know what I mean? I'm talking about from day one, from the time she stepped off her porch to even get to school. Somebody's funeral just got shot up in my city. We trying to kill the dead. We trying to kill the dead. They're dead already. Why are you shooting at the wake? Why are you shooting at the candlelight? Like, what are you know what I mean? Like, it's so, you know what I mean? So I'm talking about from the time the average little, like the kid leave off, the second you let your kid off your porch to go to school, it's more obstacles than it is growth. It's not a gazillion after school. I mean, obviously my city's trying. I love, you know what I mean? Shout out to Newark. We building stuff. You know what I mean? It's a progression because it used to be way worse. But it's so many obstacles still for the average kid trying to, you know what I mean? Trying to make it to the next level, trying to, you know what I mean? Go outside, like I said, gangs on this corner, such and such on that corner, drugs on this. It's tough. It's tough. Them inner city shit, it's tough. It's tough. Like, I mean, how can I practice on being a singer? There's no food in the house. How can I practice on painting? My mom ain't got enough for the food in the house. How can I have the utensils I need to work on this craft? Some of the best people, they've been grooming Beyonce to be a singer since she was fucking 4. You know what I mean? Like, some of these painters have been groomed since, you know, some of these people are born, like, you know what I mean? Like, some of these athletes, like, we in the backyard, you know what I mean, shooting a gazillion jump shots.
From a young age.
From a young age. You don't get that luxury when it's just you and your fucking mom, the rent got to be met, and you're 19.
Yeah.
If you're 19 where I'm from, you're 27. If she's a 14-year-old little girl where I'm from, she's probably 18. Why? Because the culture, not the. It's not. I'm not proud of it. That's the way. The culture, the way of the world. You know what I mean? Like she's out there now. She's outside. She's amongst the adults. You have to be older. Why? Because you got people harping on the young or the weak. You know what I mean? Like your 13-year-old kid where I'm from has to have the mind of an 18-year-old to survive. You need to know not to go around that corner. You need to know when all them niggas get together that, that's a function. That's not my direction. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's so many obstacles to make it out of where I come from.
It's not easy either. That's the thing.
And making it out is a far, far, far fucking statement. Let's start at survival, actually, because I'm skipping. You have to survive, because fuck making it out. There's some people in Newark still right now that's trying to make ends meet that's 50 years old. They survived the fucking rapture, realistically. You know what I mean? Like surviving, making it out is big. That's a lot. Like, if I could sit here and name on 2 hands when we talking about as far as fame-wise, your Michael B. Jordans, your Lauryn Hills, your Queen Latifah, our resume isn't that fucking long. When we talking about making it out. You know what I mean? Survival is first. You got to survive where I'm from. Like, that's spooky. You got to survive where I'm from. You could be going to see, somebody can die. You can be going to pay your respects and die. 4 little girls just got shot at a candle lighting at home. That's scary.
Man, prayers up, man. Yo, your next album or mixtape should be called Survival. I'm just saying.
I like to put that in there. You want a percentage of that?
Nah.
Nah?
I'm going to talk to Stevie LaBelle on that. Yo, listen, let me tell you, like I said, keep inspiring. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's a fact.
The future is bright. Internet's check for him, okay?
Yeah. Go
on Spotify, go on SoundCloud, go listen, okay? Hit him the fuck up. The one and only Tsu Surf.
Gang shit, Jersey,
Peace,
we
brother.
here, man. Newark, man.
Newark.
You already?
Peace, brother.
Yeah.
Cheers. Internets, if you enjoyed that episode, then hit me up. That's right. Email me at thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. Again, that's thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. If you're an advertiser, any big company, small company, startup, whatever it is, you want to advertise on the Premium Peep Show, hit me up. Email thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. And we'll get to working. Okay? And if you have a suggestion or you want to hear a certain guest on the show, whatever it is, okay? You know, you could @Premium Pete Show on Twitter or Instagram. Or for the last time, I'll tell you, well, I'm not going to, it's not the last time. Email me, thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. And let's get to working. Cheers.